Hey class, hello everyone. Welcome to today's session for ICSC grade 10th, and today we are going to do GST, Goods and Service Tax part 2. So in the part 1, as you all know, I have told you the very basics of GST and we have solved some questions. Today again we are going to solve some interesting questions from the GST part. Got it? So that is what we are going to do in today's class. So once again, welcome to all of you. And if your friends don't know about this platform yet, where we are doing all the chapters, we will be doing all the chapters of your syllabus for ICSC 10th, because I saw some of you are telling me, sir, do this chapter, sir, do that chapter. So don't worry, step by step, I'm going to complete each and every chapter of yours. Got it? So don't worry about it. And the second thing which I want to say is please share this video with your friends and those who don't know about it yet. Like this video and comment on this video. Okay, so let us start the class now. So as I was telling you that in GST, I have told you yesterday, GST means goods and service tax, right? So how does it apply? Suppose a person A is selling something to a person B, and this B is selling something to a person C, right? So I have told you yesterday, suppose this A sold something to it at, suppose, let's say at price B, where this B had paid, suppose, rupees 10 as the GST. So this A is your wholesaler, this B is your, suppose, your retailer, and this C is your consumer. This C is your consumer. So when purchasing this GST from B, from A, this B, when it's purchased from A, so this B gave rupees 10 as GST. This B rupees gave 10 as your GST. And when this B sold this item, that same item to C, suppose that B paid rupees, the B got rupees 15 as GST, correct? So what is the order here? I would like to understand, I would like all of you to understand the order here very clearly. The order is, when B bought the item from A, so B gave rupees 10. B gave rupees 10. So this part is called input tax for B. This part is called input tax for B because B gave 10 rupees to A, and here C, which is consumer, gave 15 rupees to B. So this is called output tax for B. Got it? So the net tax which B has to pay. Now you will see, dekho, earlier B has already paid 10 rupees as the tax, right? And now B has got 15 rupees as the tax right now. So out of these 15 rupees tax, B has already paid 10 rupees. So now B is only going to pay 5 rupees to the government. Okay, so the net tax which B will be output tax minus input tax, which is your rupees 5. Now in this process, always remember the final tax, when the consumer will get the item from wholesaler to retailer to consumer, when the consumer will get the item, when the consumer will consume that item, so the final tax on any product which reaches to the government is what consumer pays. See here, you can see consumer has paid 15 rupees. So now the government will get 15 rupees. How? Dekho, this B has paid 5 rupees as the tax. 5 rupees is paid by B. 5 rupees has paid by B, and the rupees 10 which B gave to the A, this rupees 10 will be paid by A to the government. So overall, government will get 10 plus 5. Consumer will not give anything to the government, right? When you buy a chocolate, you don't give the tax to the government. You will give it to the shopkeeper. Shopkeeper will forward it ahead. So you will see that at the end, whatever tax the consumer pay, that is the final tax, which will reach to the government through the following steps. Okay, so first, when B got some item from A, so A took rupees 10 as the GST. A submitted it to the government, so government has got rupees 10 now. Then when B sold that same item to C, B got 15 rupees as the GST. Now B has already paid 10 rupees as GST, so B, out of those 15, will take 10 because he has already paid 10 rupees to the government and give 5 to government. So at the end, government got 15 rupees as their GST. So the tax is already always paid by the final consumer. Got it? And submitted by the shopkeepers or retailers or wholesalers, like that. So this process is very important to understand in the process of GST, that the net tax paid by any shopkeeper will be output tax minus input tax. Got it? So let's understand the first question. A dealer X in Hapur, that is UP, supplies goods and services worth rupees 50,000 to dealer Y in the same city. Dealer Y in the same city. Now the dealer Y supplies the same goods and services to dealer Z in Kolkata at a profit of rupees 20,000. Find output and input taxes of the dealer Y, net GST payable by dealer Y. The rate of GST at each stage is 28 percentage. Got it? So now understand this part first very clearly. X is one person, Y is one person, and Z is one person, and Z is your final consumer. Got it? Z is your final consumer. Got it? Correct? So now you need to understand. You need to understand this part here, that they have told that okay, there is, just a second, just let me change the pen's color. Yeah, so there is a person X, then there is a person Y, and then there is a person Z. Okay, so X to Y, X sold something to Y. X sold something to Y, and Y supplied that same item to Z. Okay, Y supplied that same item to Z. So in the question, if you read carefully, the question is told that X is in UP, Uttar Pradesh, and the price worth rupees 50,000 to dealer Y in the same city. That means the X has sold this item. The X has sold this item to Y. So this 50,000 is the selling price for X, and 50,000 is the cost price for Y. Correct? You're getting this? So this rupees 50,000 is the selling price for X of that item, because here X is the seller and Y is the buyer. Correct? So this 50,000 is the selling price when X to Y we are talking about. When it reaches to Y, and now when Y sells this ahead, I can say this 50,000 will become the cost price for Y. Got it? So this is the part where you have to understand very clearly that wherever, at whatever price the seller sells it, it always depends upon who is the seller. So in the first transaction, X is the seller, Y is the one who is buying it. So the price at which the seller sells it will be your selling price. Now that same selling price for Y, if Y wants to sell that quantity ahead, I will say Y got that quantity for rupees 50,000. So that is the cost price for Y. Okay, so I'm just telling you about the basics so that you understand it very clearly. Got it? So now then the question was saying the GST is 28 percentage at each stage. Okay, so let us calculate the GST when it goes from X to Y. Okay, so now you know that it is transferring from UP to UP only, city to city. So that's 28 percentage will be divided into two parts. 14 percentage in the central GST, 14 percentage in the state GST. But as you can very clearly see, they have not asked us to find out the central GST or state GST, so we can get it together also. So I can say, so GST, so I can say selling price for X, selling price for X was your 50,000. Correct? So the tax or the GST or GST, that is your tax, okay, goods and service tax, will be equal to 28 percentage of the cost price. It will be equal to what? It will be equal to 28 percentage of the selling price, sorry, of the selling price. So these two zeros to two zeros got cancelled. You will get what? Rupees 14,000 as your GST. Rupees 14,000 as your GST. So this is the GST which Y has paid. So this is your which GST? This is your input GST. This is what? Your input GST. So I can say input tax. is your rupees 14,000. So here input tax, that means Y has already paid 14,000 to X as the tax. Correct? Now let's come to the second part. Let's come to the second part. The second transaction which we want to talk about is your Y to Z. Is your Y to Z. Here again the rate percentage is given as 28 percentage, but they have told that Y sells it at a profit of 20,000. Profit of 20,000. So I will say that if cost price of Y is 50,000, the selling price, okay, so this I have told you from X to Y. This is, we are talking from X to Y. Now let's talk about Y to Z. Okay, let's talk about Y to Z. So I can say cost price is your 50,000 and profit is your rupees 20,000. Correct? So I can say now that the selling price will be cost price plus profit, that is 50,000 plus 20,000. So what you are getting? You are getting at the end 70,000. You are getting at the end 70,000. So that is your selling price. Now calculate the tax. So GST on this price will be equal to what? 28 percentage of 70,000. So this to this got cancelled, this to this got cancelled. So you are left with 28 into 700. So what you will be getting? You'll be getting rupees 19,600. So now this will be the output tax. This will be the output tax because this much tax Y has got it from Z. Okay, so here Y has got rupees 19,600 as the tax. Correct? Now Y will not submit this total 19,600 to the government because Y has already paid 14,000 as the tax. Y has already paid the 14,000 as the tax. So I have calculated input tax, I have calculated output tax. So now I will tell that sir, my, just let me wait a second. So I will say now that sir, my net GST will be equal to output tax minus input tax. Correct? So that will be equal to 19,600 minus 14,000. So you're getting rupees 5,600 as the net GST paid by the dealer Y. Net GST paid by the dealer Y. Net GST paid by the dealer Y. Now, if I ask you how much GST is paid by the dealer X, so dealer X has manufactured it and he got 14,000 as the tax, and this complete 40,000 X has given to the government. So the net tax for X, if you ask me, the net GST for X, if you ask me, net GST for X of X, okay, will be your 14,000. Net GST for Y, that Y will be paying, will be equal to how much? 5,600. So overall you can see the government is getting 14,000 plus 5,600. Got it? As simple as that. Is it clear? So a consumer doesn't pay to the government. A consumer pays to the seller and seller transfers it to the government. Got it? But at the end this whole cost is bared by the consumer only, because this total 19,600 is paid by the consumer here. Okay, because if the consumer wants to buy this thing, if I ask you that what is the selling price here that Y is selling to Z, so the selling price will be 17,000 plus the 19,600, that is the final price will be this. So overall this tax is paid by consumer only, but it goes in steps to the government. Got it? Let's go for the next question now. The next question, acha, this is the solution here. You can refer to this solution as well. The answer is your 5,600. I'm just holding the screen here so that you can take the screenshot and you can rewatch it whenever you want it. Or you can rewatch the solution also if you are not able to understand it by looking at the solution. Let's go. Okay, sorry. Next question. So for a trader, marked price of a refrigerator is rupees 15,680 inclusive of GST. So I want you to understand this thing, that remember these kind of things. This is marked price this inclusive of GST. So this price includes the mark price plus the tax which you are going to pay. So 15,680 is the mark price plus GST as well. Got it? At the rate of 12 percentage. So GST rate is what, beta? It is 12 percentage on the mark price. So GST is applied on the mark price. Gagan, a customer for this refrigerator, asked the trader to reduce the marked price of the refrigerator to such extent that its reduced price plus GST is equal to mark price of the refrigerator. So first understand this thing. The Gagan is telling he reduce the marked price, reduce the marked price so that whatever is the final price which he has to pay, reduced price, that means the final price he will pay plus GST including tax, final price which he is going to pay should be equal to the marked price of the refrigerator. Now, do we know the marked price of the refrigerator? No. This 15,680 is the original final price without discount. So I have to get the mark price. And they have told the rate of GST is what? 12%. Got it? So I will say that, sir, in the first case, in the normal scenario, without discount. Okay. I will say, sir, without discount, what will happen? Without discount. Without discount, I can say the final price is your 15,680. The GST percentage, how much it is? 12 percentage. Got it? What is the mark price? We know no, because they have told GST is applied on the mark price. So let us take mark price as X. Correct? So you will be getting mark price plus GST on it, that is 12 by 100 into X is equal to 15680. Take LCM here, you can say 112x upon 100 is equal to, sorry, 15680. So X is equal to 15680 into 100 divided by 112. So when you will solve it, at the end you will be getting 14,000 as your mark price. You will be getting 14,000 as your marked price. Okay, you will be getting what? You will be getting 14,000 as your marked price. Is it clear? So that is how easily we can get this part. That is how easily we can get this part. Okay, so first look at here what we have done. First we have calculated the discount percentage. Sorry, first we have calculated the GST. So I saw 15,680 should be equal to the marked price plus your GST. Okay, got it? So X plus the GST is equal to 15680. When you solve it, you'll get X is equal to 14,000. So this 14,000 is your mark price, right? Now come to the case 2 part. The case 2 says that now Gagan, what he did, he told ki, sir, please give me some discount, sir. How much discount he is asking? That he has got such a discount that now, even after including GST and the discounted price, he will be paying only rupees 14,000. Correct? So now I can say that, sir, now after discount, I can say final price which Gagan will be paying is equal to mark price, the original mark price, which is rupees 14,000. Correct? How much discount has been given? Do we know that? How much discount has been given? We don't know how much discount has been given. Okay, or they are asking us what? They are asking us to find out the required reduction. That means how much rupees reduction is required. How much rupees reduction is required. So I will say, let us say the discount given was, let's say, rupees y. Discount given was, let us say, rupees y. Correct? And we know ki, if the discount given is rupees y, so I can say discounted price. Now the price which Gagan will pay will be 14,000, which was the original mark price from which you have given the discount, minus y. Got it? Here I am taking mark price minus discount. You don't get confused. It is mark price minus discount is your discounted price. Correct? So now I got to know, okay, this is the discounted price. So I will say the GST on this, GST on this will be what? How much? 12 percentage of 14,000 minus y, correct? So 12 percentage I can write it 0.12 into 14,000 minus y. So this will be equal to 0.12 into this. So 0 is 1680, okay, minus 0.12y. This is your GST. Got it? So I have got the tax paid by him is 1680 minus 0.2y. The discounted price is 14,000 minus y. So I can say the final price is equal to discounted price plus GST. Final price is 14,000 because Gagan has paid final 14,000 only. Discounted price is 14,000 minus Y plus GST is 1680 minus 0.12Y. So 14,000 got cancelled. Minus Y minus 0.12Y will become 1.12Y. Shift it there. So you'll be getting 1.12Y is equal to 1680, correct. 1.12y is equal to 1680, so y is equal to 1680 upon 1.12. Got it? So you got to solve this part. You can remove the denominator, you get it here into 100, okay. And if you will simplify it further, 112 upon something, so it should come around y is equal to 1500. This much reduction will be required. This much reduction will be required. 1680 divided by 1.12, okay, into 100 you have got. So this much will be your reduction. As simple as that. Nothing hi-fi. Okay, nothing hi-fi. As simple as that. Got it? So this is how you can solve any question. Is it clear? So understand again why you have to break this question step by step. Okay, earlier mark price is not given, inclusive price is given. So let us say mark price is X. Then the discount will be 12 percentage of X is equal to the price which is final. So you got to know your mark price. Then you moved key. Okay, now this mark price is the price which finally Gagan has paid inclusive of the discounted price plus GST. So let us say discount given was rupees Y because they are asking us the reduction in the price. So let us say the reduction in the price, that is your discount is rupees Y. So now the discounted price will be mark price minus mark price of that item will know is 14,000 minus Y. Then calculated GST on this, and at the end I have told final price is equal to discounted price plus GST. So you have got Y is equal to rupees 1500. Trust me beta, please once again mark this video, okay, keep this video, save this video, because these are very amazing questions which we are doing from GST topic. Solve these questions once again, note down these questions, and if you are able to solve, you will do each and every question correct from the topic GST. That is my guarantee. Just understand the questions. These are a bit lengthy, but the concept is very easy if you understand it clearly. As simple as that. Okay, next question. A manufacturer, sorry, A is a manufacturer of TV sets in Delhi. So A is manufacturing TV in Delhi. So A is the manufacturer. Okay, he manufactures a particular brand of TV sets and marks it at rupees 75,000. Got it? He then sells this TV set to a wholesaler B. So A is the manufacturer, he is selling it to B, who is a wholesaler. Okay, who is in Punjab at a discount of 30%. The wholesaler B raises the mark price of the TV set bought by 30%. So B is increasing the marked price of the TV by 30% and then sells it to a dealer in dealer C in Delhi. If the rate of GST is 5%, find tax under GST paid by the wholesaler B to the government. So if we have to get the net tax, by see GST paid to the government, that means they are asking about the net GST. So we have to calculate output tax minus input tax, correct? So first we will see that how much B has already paid to A. How much B has already paid to A. So we got to know ki, okay, the mark price is 75,000. Okay, so 75,000 he has sold it, but at a discount of 30 percentage. Look here, the wholesaler, okay, so he then sells this TV to a wholesaler B in Punjab at a discount of 30 percentage. Correct? So I will say first thing, sir, marked price from A to B. Okay, I'm talking about A to B. The mark price is given as 75,000. Discount percentage given was 30 percentage. Discount percentage given was 30 percentage. So I can say discount will be equal to, or discount is 30 percentage, then you can say mark price minus discount is your selling price, or you can directly do it that selling price, if discount is 30 percentage, so the remaining is your selling price. From 100 percentage, 30 percentage you have removed, so only 70 percentage of the mark price, selling price will be 70 percentage of the mark price. Got it? So I can say selling price is 70 by 100 of the mark price is 75,000. So this two zeros to two zeros got cancelled. Zero zeros, 52500. Rupees 52500 is the selling price. Is the price at which A has sold it to the B. So how much will be GST? They have told GST to be 5%. So GST will be 5%. That means 5% of the selling price, that is 52500. So you'll be getting 5% of 52500. This to this to this got cancelled. So 525 into 5 is rupees 2625. Got it? So this is my output, this is my input tax. Okay, understand this thing, what we have calculated, we have calculated here input tax. We have calculated input tax. B has already paid rupees 2625 as tax to the government when he purchased it from A. Now let's move to the second scenario. The second scenario is when it moves from B to C. B to C. Now you will see in the question, look here in the question. If you look here in the question carefully, there is nothing like, they are not asking that what is CGST, SGST or IGST. So when they are not asking about the how much tax went to center or how much tax went to the state, it doesn't matter that you find out it together or you find out CGST or SGST separately in the intra state, that means within the state, or interstate it is totally calculated as IGST. So I would suggest that calculate it together, because they are not asking you separately to tell how much went to for the, how much went for the center, how much went for the state. If they ask separately, so in case of intra-state business, you know, the tax is divided 50-50 percentage. Got it? So now let's talk about from B to C. So they have told, what they have told, look at here. Now the B raised the mark price of the TV set bought by 30 percentage and then sells it to the dealer. So B has raised what? The marked price. Now mark price will remain fixed. Mark price was 75,000. So this 75,000 is increased by 30 percentage, not the selling price. Remember, read the question carefully. Mark price has been raised by 30 percentage. So I can say mark price was 75,000. Okay, price is increased by 30 percentage. So I can say new price or the new mark price will be 30 by 100 into 75,000. This is the increase plus 75,000. Correct? This to this got cancelled. So you are left with 22500 plus 75000. So at the end you are getting what? 97500. So now this is your final price. It is 9. Okay, it is 9. I just don't want to make any case where you will feel it is not 9. So let me remove this part and let me rewrite it. It is 97500. So this is the new price, the new mark price, or you can say the price at which B has sold it to C. B has sold it to C. Now the tax will be calculated on this price. So I can say the GST will be 5% of rupees 97500. So it will be 5 by 100 times of 97500. This to this got cancelled. So you are getting 5 into 975, that is equal to, okay, rupees 4875. That is your GST. And this is your output tax. Okay, this much price C has paid to B. This much price C has paid to B. So input tax is 2625, output tax is 4875. So I can say net GST paid by B will be equal to input minus output, which is 4875 minus 2625. So rupees 2250 is the net tax which B has paid. So these questions has the same kind of flow. You have to understand, and please read the question carefully. You just have to understand very carefully that whether the percentage increase, he is increasing the mark price, he is giving the discount, on which part he is giving discount. All those things you have to read very carefully. Got it? Chalo, let's move to the next question. This is your solution one more time. You can watch it. If you are facing difficulty, take a screenshot as well as if you can. Let's move to the next question. Next question is this. Goods or services are sold from Kota, that is in Rajasthan, to Mumbai. So it is interstate for rupees 20,000, and then from Mumbai to Pune. So from Kota to Mumbai, and then Mumbai to Pune. Okay, if the rate of GST is 12 percentage and the profit made at Mumbai is rupees 5,000, that means whatever cost price at Mumbai has got, Mumbai has added his profit of 5,000 in that. Got it? Find the net GST paid at Pune. Now here remember, they have asked how much GST is being paid at Pune if the dealer at Pune is the end user. Okay, so understand this thing. Here is your Kota, then your Mumbai, and then your Pune. Okay, so first let us talk about Kota to Mumbai. Let us talk about Kota to Mumbai. Okay, first we'll talk about Kota to Mumbai, case 1. So here in this case, beta, you know that the Kota party, the party at Kota is selling for 20,000. So I can say selling price is your rupees 20,000. What is the tax percentage? It is 12 percentage. So GST, how much GST will be there? 12 percentage of the selling price. So what are you getting at the end? Rupees 2,400. Rupees 2,400 is the tax which Mumbai has already paid to Kota. Which Mumbai has already paid to Kota. Got it? Now understand the second case. Case 2. When it goes from Mumbai to Pune. Mumbai to Pune. Okay. So now in Mumbai to Pune, first they have told this price. Okay, this 20,000 is now the cost price for the dealer at Mumbai. Okay. So now it becomes cost price at Mumbai, and he has added a profit also of rupees 5,000. So now I can say the selling price will be equal to rupees 20 plus 5, which is 25,000. So that is the selling price. Again, I can say GST will be how much it was? 12 percentage. 12 percentage of 25,000. This to this got cancelled, and you can say rupees 3,000 is the GST. 3,000 is the GST paid by the person at Pune. Got it? So this Pune person has paid rupees 3,000 to Mumbai person. This Pune, the dealer at Pune or the consumer at Pune has given 3,000 to Mumbai. Now here, this Mumbai has already given rupees 2,400 as GST already to K. Now K will submit rupees 2,400. K is actually not paying anything as GST. K is paying what he has got from the dealer at Mumbai. So K will give rupees 2,400 to the government, and Mumbai will give how much? 3,000 minus 2,400, which is your 600 to the government. But the question here asked was how much net GST is paid at Pune. So beta, the person at Pune is finally consuming it. Okay, the person at Pune is the end user. So he has got this rupees 3000 he has already given. Now he is not going to sell it anywhere further. So this 3000 will be the final tax which he has paid. So I can say net tax will be equal to rupees 3000. Net tax will be equal to rupees 3000. You can see very clearly Pune person, the dealer at Pune has paid rupees 3000 as the GST to Mumbai person. Correct? Got it? This is how we can say it. Okay, so at the end it is going from the consumer's pocket as GST, but the government is collecting from the different stops. Understood what it is? Finally, the GST is paid by the customer only, but the collection of GST is government doing at different part. Some from the manufacturer, some from the retailer, some from the wholesaler, but overall tax is being paid by the customer only or the consumer only. Got it? So this will be your final answer. You can look here as well for your final explanation, and or you can take a screenshot as well. Got it? Let's move now to the next question. Next question is this. A dealer, sorry, A is a dealer in Banaras, which is UP, and he supplies goods and services worth rupees 8,000 to a dealer B in Agra, which is again in UP. Dealer B. So first transaction is from A to B. Okay, first transaction is from A to B. Now dealer B in turn supply the same goods and services to dealer C in Patna, Bihar at profit of rupees 1200. How much profit? At the profit of rupees 1200. So B is adding rupees 1200 as the profit. Same case, okay, find the input and output taxes for the dealer C under GST system. So we are talking here about the input and output taxes for dealer C. Okay, if the rate of GST is 18% and C does not sell his goods and services either. Okay, got it? So now understand this thing. As you can see, it is going from A to B and then B to C. Correct? So first let us talk about A to B. Case 1, let us talk about A to B. So the cost price was rupees 8,000. Sorry, the selling price is rupees 8,000. So the GST which is given as how many percentage? 18 percentage. GST will be 18 by 100. Now see, one way of showing is कि since it is intra-state, that means within the state, so 9 percentage SGST, 9 percentage CGST. At the end, when you add it, it will be 18 percentage only. So directly you can do it also. So 18 percentage of rupees 8,000. So what will be getting? Yes, it is 18 percentage only. Correct? So what you can say, beta? So finally we can say rupees 1440. Rupees 1440 is your GST. Got it? Rupees 1440 is your GST, which is being paid by the person at B. Okay. Although we no need to find out because we are not asking about how much it is being paid at B. Okay. We are mostly concerned about how much C is paying. So this is not a relevant information, but just I wanted to tell you. Now let's come to the part which is important for us. Okay. Second case, which is B to C. So as you know that the question was saying that B has added a profit of rupees 1200. So for B here, cost price is 8,000. Profit is of rupees 1200. So now I can say selling price will be rupees 9,200. So the GST will be 18 percentage of 9,200. So rupees 1656 is the GST paid here. Rupees 1656 is the GST paid here. Now look here carefully. Okay, you have understand carefully here. Again, although I have already taught this part to you, but just wanted to again reconfirm. भाई देखो भाई, first part is A sold it to B sold it to C. Correct? Now C has paid rupees 1656 to sorry B sorry C has paid rupees 1656 as GST to B. Correct? Now B is not, the C is not going to sell it any further. So there is not going to be any output tax. B is not getting any, sorry, C is not getting anything as the output tax. C is not getting anything as the output tax. So I can say for C, input tax is equal to rupees 1656 because this much tax he has already paid, and output tax will be equal to rupees 0 because he is not selling anything. He is not selling anything. He is not selling that part further. So I can say for C, it will be rupees, input tax will be rupees 1656 and output tax will be rupees 0. Okay. And same way for B, if you want to talk out. So B has given B has got rupees 1656 here as the output tax, and B has given to A. To A, how much tax he has given? He has given 1440. So rupees 1440. So for B, this becomes input, and for C, this becomes output. So it is very important that you understand how to draw the diagram. Just draw a simple diagram ABC so that you will be able to understand everything. So that you will be able to understand everything. This is the solution here. Got it? So these are the most important questions from your topic GST. I hope everything is clear now. Please do not forget to make a diagram like this when you are solving a question to avoid any confusion. To avoid any confusion. This is very important. This is going to help you a lot. Okay. So this is all from my side. I hope all of you enjoyed the session, and many students, those who are not aware yet, Vedantu, because of this coronavirus pandemic, we have made all the free access. We have given free access to all the live classes and the content of Vedantu, starting from grade 1 to grade 12, as well as IIT, JEE, and NEET as well. So to know more about these classes, go to the link vdnt.in/YTLIVE. Got it? Go through this part. The second thing is VSAT, Vedantu Scholarship Admission Test. You can attend for this test. You will get scholarship. Okay. Second thing is the registration for this test is absolutely free. And third thing is you can give the test by sitting at the comfort of your home. Got it? Many students are already availing this benefit. Around rupees 32 crore scholarship has already been granted, so don't left out. Give the test as soon as you can. Okay. And at the end, beta, thank you so much for attending the session. I hope all of you enjoyed it, and if you have enjoyed, please don't forget to press the like button and share it with your friends who don't know it yet, because I can see ICSE students strength is very less. So I want you to spread the word. Let all the other students also know that okay, the classes are going on here, and let them get the benefit of this education here. Okay. So once again, thank you so much for attending the session. I'll see you soon in the next class. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, yet, if you are here for the first time, not subscribed yet, subscribe it. Okay, chalo. So thank you so much, beta. I'll see you soon in the next class. Till then, bye bye. Good night. See you soon. Bye bye.